Morning, guys. Taking you through a bit of a day in the life here of a social media agency owner, and yeah, haven't really picked up the camera in a while, so I just figured, you know what, we've got a new camera. We've got the new Sony A7 Mark IV, which has beautiful autofocus, and I was like, you know what, it's time to get back on YouTube, so we'll give it a shot. This morning I am actually just doing a bit of study. I'm in the office now, which I don't think I've ever shown you guys on YouTube, but I got the office last January. There's 5 of us on the team now. 2 of us are in this office, and it's early, so Kate hasn't arrived yet, and I'm taking that opportunity to study a bit. I like to try to do a bit of my study in the mornings, because I'm still trying to do my private pilot license. So it's a bit to balance at the moment on top of work, and the license itself takes a lot of time. So yeah, before the day kicks off and 100 million tasks come onto my desk, I just get that bit done. So that is the plan this morning. I'm going to pick the camera up, bring you along with me, and see what we get up to. Kate is in the office now, working away. Kate started with Social Directions Agency 6 months ago, which is hard to believe, and she's the first full-time staff member working here. So it's been great having Kate in the office as well, because you just find get a lot done. We've seen some incredible growth since the 2 of us have been working here, and then we still have the whole team remote as well. So her role is account manager. She basically looks after clients, the communication between clients and the team members at the agency. So because there's so much content, both organic and paid content, always going through the system of Social Directions Agency, having that communication is so key. So I'm going to be heading now out to a new client. We're going to inspect their basically they are going to be shooting every week, and we're just going to look at the set that they have to film with and make any recommendations. All right, first meeting of the day, finito. Yeah, basically was just meeting there with a new client, Gavin, that's starting with us. He's a professional tipster, funny enough, and we were just looking at his studio setup just to make sure it's all good. He's going to be doing a lot of filming starting in the next few days, coming into the horse racing season. So yeah, we'll be doing social content with him in our office, and then he's got his own studio for more day-to-day content for his members. So quick look over that, and all is good. It's an absolute miserable day here. See all this rain. So country roads back to, or on to the next flight now. So the planes at the National Flight Centre are all grounded today, because there's like a 25 knot crosswind and stormy conditions. So that's why you see all the planes on the ground. But I think I did one video on the journey of becoming a pilot, which has taken me it's a lot of work. I think when I first made a video on YouTube about learning to fly, I didn't really factor in how much work it was going to take, but I'm about 85% of the way there. I've got a few more exams. I've had 9 exams to do total, and I've done 5 of them, so I have a few more exams left and a few more physical lessons before I'll be a fully qualified pilot. I'm very excited. But once I get that, it means I just have the kind of ability to rent aircraft and fly wherever I want, or possibly in the future buy an aircraft. Who knows? We'll see how much work comes in, but big beliefs. But yeah, the National Flight Centre also became a client of mine a few months into my journey as a student, just because, you know, it's nice to be able to work in something that you have a passion for. All right, so another meeting down. Just really catching up with everything across the board for social for the client. I don't know whether we're just getting a lot better at what we do, or it's a good time in the market, but the agency in general is just getting some great results for clients, and a lot of our conversations now are around just taking more advantage of what's working and dialing back what's not. So a lot of conversations around that. So I'm about 20 minutes behind my schedule right now, which is not too bad. So I've got to get home, have a planning meeting with Kate in the office, and a bit more admin and stuff like that. So let's go. I'm not setting this up very well at all. I guess the beauty of having Kate in the office has been just like when I'm out like today, there's loads of random meetings and stuff is happening in the background, and that was like when things really accelerated the growth of the agency. Like I see the chats, you're like so active in all the chats when I'm out on the road meeting clients and stuff like that, so it's just mad how efficient things get. So Kate's gonna follow the YouTube channel now. She didn't even realize I had a YouTube channel.
Oh my god, are you that cover?
It was actually Zor Vlogs for a long time.
Zoe, no, Zor Vlog. What a name.
So we just filmed a bit of planning, which every client we work with basically gets a planning session each month where we just map out what organic posts we're doing and what ads we're going to run as well for that client. This sort of content is always tailored towards the client's goals, depending on what products and services they're pushing, and like depending on if we're filming with them or if we're using assets and stuff that we have already. But typically, like at the moment, all of our clients, we do the filming first, so that requires a lot of coordination, and we do work with a videographer now as well. So even just to address who's on the team at the moment, we've got Kate, who's beside me. We've got myself. Kate works as an account manager, as I mentioned earlier. I do all the paid advertising. I step in around the content creation. I do the business development, and I just a little bit in between of everything else. Then we've got Anna, who is a video editor, and then Ellen, who is a graphic designer, and both of the girls kind of crossover roles there. Then we've got Brona, who's a copywriter as well, and then we've got Darren, who does the shoots for our clients. So yeah, it's an expanding team, but it just doesn't really make sense to have anyone else in the office here. The office is always open. There is a desk here, but most of the time Kate and I are in here, and it works just fine. So that there is the back door to my gym, which makes things very easy, because when 5:30 comes along and I'm still in my work clothes, I can just change really fast and run over for a 1 hour class. Dreadful music, yeah. Kate gets to listen to the CrossFitters going absolutely nuts.
It's not even so much, that's just butchering ABBA all the time. Just butchering.
Some people find it motivating, some people just dislike it. Alright, if you can tell my lovely face right now, the gym is finito. And I've been doing CrossFit the past year because last November I started it. And the reason was just because I wasn't really getting much out of my bodybuilding training. I felt like I was just going into the gym and getting quite distracted. So took up CrossFit. Funny enough, CrossFit, the gym wasn't beside my office because I didn't have the office at the time. But I took it up for a bit more structure. So if you're not familiar with CrossFit, basically you go in, you do about 10-15 minutes of stretching. Then you do a strength-based part, which is, usually a third or half the workout. And then you do like a WOD of some kind. So like that combines strength and cardio. So like every time I go in, I'm absolutely in bits, and I find it very hard to bail out of as well because it is so close to work. So even when I get to the end of the day like today and I'm tired after work, I kind of just fall in the door CrossFit, and then like naturally momentum carries you after that. So that's kind of a typical day of work. We're like so busy at the moment, so I'm just back in the office. Usually I do go home after the gym, but I'm just going to do a few more emails here and then call it a day. Would you believe this monitor here is actually a 10-year-old Apple monitor, which I just got up and running with some cables I got on Amazon, and I plug it into my Mac Mini, and it's actually so ideal. I've actually decided, like, I went back to one monitor just because two was distracting me. Like I can't multitask, and two was not helping that poor skill. Come on up. Have you guys seen? It's been a while since Emily's been on the vlog. She's gotten quite big, haven't you? Emily, say hello to the camera. Huh? Say hello. All right, guys. It's been a day. It's time to chillax. But I'm happy. I'm happy to be back on YouTube again. I'm not too sure on the frequency. Maybe once every second week we're going to carry the camera around. But it's been nice to be back. I think what got me back onto it was just I was watching some old YouTube videos and I realised that firstly a lot of people used to watch them, and secondly it's great to look back on things as well. So yeah, I'm happy to be back. If you are new here, please subscribe and stay tuned for more content around the life of a Irish entrepreneur / social media marketing. Peace.